Huh?
We closed that window in.
You did.
Would you mind making room for me?
Excellent connection. We're live. Okay, so well. So wait now. You're gonna have to scooch over.
Right. You're gonna have to make room.
Okay, look, I can go all the way over here.
But you've moved the mic.
The mic has to be turned.
You've moved the mic.
I didn't move the mic. See, I can't, because in the new mic I can't get used to the setup. Are we very dark? How is the sound? The camera's up it's up very high, isn't it?
Yeah, you had it lower last week.
Yeah. Coins. Something to tilt it up on.
Oh, really? Should you not have checked that beforehand? You're very annoying.
Well, considering I can't get you to sit down to do it with me until it's set up.
Listen. The star of the show gets told when the peasants are ready for them. Right?
That's a terrible thing to call her.
You?
Terrible thing to call her. Okay. Oh wait, sure. Look, I can just No, see.
Oh, well done.
That's thinking, isn't it?
It's cold, isn't it?
No.
I'm cold. Hello, Mr. Ford.
Hi. It's bad manners to whisper in company. Did anyone ever tell you that?
In company?
Yeah, it's bad manners to whisper in company.
My mum knows what I'm talking about.
I know, but it's bad.
Are you purposely doing this?
Well, no, because you see, if you're in close, it sounds like really.
Evening, Rory. What's the story?
It sounds really, really sexy. Hey, what's happening? Welcome to the podcast.
Weird.
But if you sit back, it gets a bit tinny. I've noticed that because you'd be like this. Hi. So say something into it. It's quite sexy.
Something into it.
Okay, it's a funny evening in the O'Neill household. Welcome to the podcast. This is your host, Big J. They call me Big J for a reason.
You call him Pony J now.
Big jump.
Pony J. That's what I mean. We're snagging my
Man bun.
snagging my man bun. We're sporting man buns today.
Your big J for your
Kirsten,
big
you
jump.
show your man bun.
Look like a
You have to look sideways to show it. Vanessa won't have a man bun. You look like something out of the
She'll have a woman bun.
You look like something out of
The Mental Institute.
No.
Chewy
And that's
would look like
offensive
that.
to mental people. Or mental
people.
Let's wrap that around me. I'm cold.
Are you cold?
Let me in the middle then.
Okay, let me just see now.
No, you're not to start hanging out with me now, Christian. I'm warning you. You infuriate me. Get your own chair.
Get your own chair, buddy.
Get your own chair. Get up. Get up. Get up. You drive me mad every week pulling out of the back of my chair.
I wouldn't mind, but I'm organising this since I finished work at say 5:30.
And you're still not organised?
No. I had dinner.
Yeah.
I had dinner, and then I said I better set this up after dinner. So I say after 6, and it's been set up, and it's been sitting here for hours, and then we come in, and then it's like
Still not organised.
that's why we need a studio. So we need to convert the attic
Good
and
luck
get
with
the
that.
attic converted. Okay. So Rory, good evening. Jake, Road to Nowhere. How's it going? We are all okay, thank you. Good evening, Ginger. Wow.
I think that's for your bone.
Okay, well. Did you see my T6 I made on... No.
The little small one, I saw it.
Oh, did you? No.
Yeah, if you go on to it's on there, Mr. Ford on the Instagram.
Is it on... what am I looking up? Ooh. Mr. Ford.
Smooth Rodder.
Mr. Ford. Huh?
Smooth Rodder. Evening Niall.
Mr. Ford.
I don't think, no, I think he's on, if you go into our Instagram,
Mr. Ford 1993, you know?
okay. I think it's on Smooth Rodder though, I think Mr.
If you want to
Ford
get your...
1993.
Oh, there it is, Erla. It says no post, yeah.
No. If you go on to...
Do you want to get... Because you know the way I'm a
No,
disaster.
if you go on, if you just listen to me,
I look it
if
up.
you go on to Smooth Rodder,
What's
it's
that?
on that.
What's Smooth Rodder?
If you just, that's the name on Instagram, Jay.
Oh, no, look,
Give me your Instagram and I'll find it.
No, I get it.
I saw it. It's very nice.
We'll
It's
look...
a little small.
I can get Instagram on this, can't I?
Yeah.
Anyway, no, I didn't look it up. I'm not a big fan of Instagram. I can't get it to work for some reason. I think mine's broken. I don't like it.
Oh, Niall, you wrecked his head.
What's that?
Completely wrecked his head over the film last week.
Neil.
Neil, sorry.
I owe you guys an apology. When I grumbled about the volume last week, it was my fault. No, well, do you know what?
Christian, go in and get my
But I don't
my
blame you,
phone
Neil,
from
because
you,
there was
please.
two of us. There's two of us in it. Actually, someone commented. They came on and they said, "Look, I can't watch because the sound is so awful." But I got it figured after about 10 minutes. It was definitely because on playback, it was much better. I cut it out of the podcast, but I probably cut it out of this. But I think we have it kind of figured out now. But it definitely does if you talk, because you see when people have these things, they kind of talk up close like this, and it sounds quite bassy, I think. Anyway, that's that. So
They also sound well to begin with.
okay, Tiny J. Thanks very much. Thanks very much.
Must have heard the secret.
Smooth Rodder. It was under Smooth Rodder.
That's what I was saying to you.
I don't like.
don't listen.
I'm not a big. I post on Instagram, but other than that, I don't use it for anything else.
Yeah, so if anyone was expecting anything from him, you won't get it.
Yeah. And it's always suggesting dodgy stuff to me for some reason. I
Is
don't
it
see-
deadly?
Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. How did you make that? Do you want to show? What's it made of? I'm going to show it on the.
Probably won't pick it up, will it?
Will, yeah. If you held it up close enough.
Oh yeah,
Get
to here.
Hide our faces. Wait now. All right, give it a second. It's trying its best. There you go.
It's brilliant.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Was it an ashtray? It's only joking.
If you sleep up on that top bunk, though, you're gonna get very cold.
Well, yeah, I could have done with a roof like that in Italy. Actually, I was watching California Chris.
He's
No,
quite
it
happy
wasn't.
with his
It
hand.
wasn't California Chris. Somebody was critiquing the van, and what they said was that there's not enough vents in the California. They said having two on the side. Someone was critiquing it, and they said just having two on the side, and I suppose one in the front is not enough, because when you sleep near the roof in the summer, it can get quite hot. And I thought, yeah, that's true. If they had one down the end, it might help with the flow through, because it is quite warm up there, isn't it? It is quite warm, even with the vents open. Now, what we have is a little small fan that works off a USB, and it's the business, isn't it? Once you get that little bit of flow through in,
Yeah, and I like a little
it pulls
bit of
it in.
air.
Yeah. Now, we are going to get the replacement canopy, and that's the one that you can fully zip open. But like if you're somewhere in the middle of the summer, you're gonna get eaten alive. No, so it's but the little fan, the little fan is very good. How we do? So let's have lots of comments there. Yeah, no, don't worry about it, Neil. We were having issues with it anyway, so one way or the other. But not to worry. Don't you worry about it.
12 kg it weighs. Wow.
What's it made of? What's it made of? Solid? Is it a solid block or something? Is it? Yeah.
Steel, look.
Wow. It's made out of steel.
Flashing out.
12 kgs. I was streaming you on my iPhone to Sky. The volume is yeah, and that's the thing that's frustrating, because with this there's basically three places I can control the volume, and if I get any one of them wrong,
Try controlling your gob, though.
it's
will you?
curtains, and then Vanessa sits close to it. But anyway, so that's very good. That's very nice. Yeah, I must look at that. But I don't really use Instagram. I post to it, like I said, and I don't go on to it because I'm always getting it shows me pictures of ladies doing stuff, and like it shows me gory things, animals doing stuff. I don't like it. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I must have clicked on something once, and it has me tagged now as liking. I was watching, like, it shows me lions killing animals all the time, and it shows me lots of women. Was it TikToking? TikToking, is it? Twerking? TikToking. There was a TikTok. You can see TikTok stuff on it, right? I don't know why it's called TikTok, but it shows. So I don't go onto it all the time. It drives me mad. So my feed on some level is corrupted. I don't know why.
Are you sure you're in your own feed?
Yeah, no,
And
I
you're
am.
not in the stream where everyone pops everything up?
No, I don't know. See, I post onto it.
If you put your account on private, you won't get any of that.
I post onto it. All I use is I upload images onto it, but then I get when I go, there's nothing in it. It's the same with.
You'll only see something on Instagram if you've liked it, if you've followed their page.
No.
So
because I don't really follow anyone.
yeah, well then you won't see it. So you're looking at something wrong.
All right. Well then, so that's why I don't look at it, because I get a lot of
So
rubbish.
you're clearly right. You would go in there and then you'll see everyone that you follow stuff, right?
Yeah, but I don't think I followed anyone.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you are not, look what comes up for me. That's a personal trainer.
Very.
If you
who's she training?
do you know what? That's a girl that was
Cabernet
training herself
Sauvignon.
basically. But you see this here, the little magnifying glass. If you click on that, you'll get basically what everyone is looking at that has the same interests as you in there. And I'd say that's what you're seeing.
Unless I've clicked on something somewhere, I don't know. And it's the same with Twitter. It's rubbish. But this makes
what you're
this
like in the future.
this makes regret. No, I don't really like. I might accidentally like something.
You dirty feeler.
To move it on, and then I don't like the Instagram. I don't like it. The Instagram. Is this confessions hour? It is indeed. It is indeed.
Let me fat
It is
the
indeed.
end.
So a couple of important things. The first big news is actually
We are in lockdown, Neil.
the Guinness. Oh yeah, we sure are. The Guinness. I went on last week to look up, because actually it was when someone said about the
widgets.
yeah.
The Guinness and
I
the
went
widgets.
on and had a look, because Vanessa
Rory
suggested
said it.
I was going to complain, and I went on to have a look, and there was loads and loads and loads of information around how bad those widgets are. There was one point that made me laugh. They're saying the two worst things that happened in 2020 was, one, the Guinness widget, and in this order, right? The Guinness widget, and two, COVID. And it is true, isn't it? Like, and so what they're saying
don't
is
drink
the
Guinness,
can
so-
is smaller because the widget doesn't seem to hold as much gas. So they made the can
Well, they'd
smaller.
want to make little Coke size cans then, because it's terrible.
But it doesn't work. The widget doesn't work. It leaves the beer flat. And also there's something about the flavour. I thought I had COVID because the Guinness tasted so weird. Because apparently
Give your little lips a little wipe there.
apparently COVID affects your taste buds and all that kind of stuff, right? So I thought I had COVID one morning, but I hadn't. I'd brushed my teeth and used mouthwash and then ate something, so I thought I had COVID, but I didn't. I just brushed my teeth for a
I
change.
thought it was very funny. Somebody had a little meme,
Yeah,
and they were saying as soon as they get a headache or they sneeze, they just think of the symptoms. But it was, the start of the ad, The Simpsons, but it was The Symptoms. That was very funny.
I know, but you probably should talk into the camera when
I'm
you tell
talking
them.
to you, though.
I know. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Where's the whiskey? Well, the thing about it is that because I was sick over Christmas, it wasn't COVID. Because I was sick over Christmas, at least I don't think it was. I didn't have anything to drink, and we didn't really buy anything or anything, did we? And so we're all out. I did get a bottle of I got a bottle of brandy off a supplier. That was gone before I got sick, before Christmas. And then, but we
didn't
didn't
ward off any germs, no?
No. So that's a thing. So there is definitely an issue with those widgets. They're rubbish, and I've 8 cans of Guinness sitting over there.
And 2 in the fridge.
2 in the fridge. 10. I've never had 10 cans of Guinness just sitting there doing nothing.
Going to begging.
So
We'll
won't.
raffle them off at the end.
They won't. I know, no, because I was talking to one of the guys earlier about it, and I was saying to them, if I was merry enough, say, on something else, you probably would. When you're less fussy, say, and it's like 3 a.m. and you're desperate, you will drink
That's
them
how
then.
we met, wasn't it?
Well, do you know, a guy I knew used to give me crates of bottles of stout, right? So that's draft Guinness, and there's stout Guinness, right? And it was gross. But I remember when I was a student, that's what happened. He used to come down to the house from time to time and give me crates of Guinness. And they used to pile up because I couldn't drink it. I didn't like it. Anyway, students being students, I got desperate one evening and I started to drink it. And then I got a taste for it, and it's quite nice, actually. It is nice. It's
Very acquired taste.
yeah, it is. But you know, when you're a student, and someone actually gave me a bottle of tequila as well, a gift of a bottle of tequila, and I couldn't drink it. But the same thing, you know, when you're a
I knew
student.
one that used to drink a large bottle of stout every night.
Yeah. So we have other news as well. We've other big news, don't we? Did you want to say it?
You go ahead now.
Vanessa's pregnant. Yeah, I know. Vanessa is pregnant. Stunned silence. Yeah. Yeah. So who's the dad? And I'm saying that before you guys say it, right? So
We don't know yet.
yeah.
We'll find out though.
Who's the yeah. So yeah. So there you go. So that's my life.
We're 13 weeks pregnant. So that explains why I'm so tired all the time.
Yeah.
Because I'm literally sleeping around the clock. Every time I lie down or sit down.
I thought you were
I'm
going to say
out cold.
sleeping with everybody.
Not anymore.
No. So yeah, so that's why Vanessa's so tired. We went in on Tuesday and got the scan. Actually, I could probably put up the little thing in the heartbeat, couldn't I? It's in the text message that you sent me, isn't it? So very exciting. Might not get the volume up. That gorgeous as she's talking about me.
That's the doctor saying
Yeah,
that.
so
Gorgeous.
hopefully you
the
could hear that.
lovely sound.
Yeah. So that's the little Vanessa sent me the little scan. So yeah, so very good. So we're yeah. Are you pregnant? Well, congratulations. Yeah, thanks now. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna be like the oldest dad in the world, aren't I?
Yeah.
So Vanessa's 40th was last year, and it was ruined because of COVID. And I'm 50 this year, and I was looking forward to having. At least I'd have a 50th, and now that's gone as well. So
Oh well.
I'll be knee deep in bloody nappies.
Hopefully not bloody ones. But they'll be your own.
So there you go. So we'll carry on podcasting through it anyway. We might have the odd interruption. Obviously, if Vanessa has the baby on a Friday, we might move it to the Saturday.
Well, that's if you're allowed into the hospital.
Oh yeah.
You could still be here.
Yeah, so there you go. So we're in the middle of arguing about names. You can suggest names if you want, but we're in the middle of we're not going to tell you what names we've picked, but there's a bit of an argument going on about all the names. So yeah, 50. Yeah, get over it, right? Isn't it better to be 50 than the alternative? Isn't it? Yeah. So there you go. So what did you want to talk about? Or has anyone any questions, or how did it happen? I don't know. Bloody COVID, wasn't it? Fucking COVID. And I wouldn't mind, but I was laughing and joking about all the people that get caught with COVID.
No. There you go. Mocking's catching. Huh?
I know, yeah. You know, I'm too old.
Well, that's
too
the
old.
first reaction you had, wasn't it?
When I go down, when I push a buggy, everyone's going to say, "Oh, is that your granddaughter or son?"
Granddaughter.
Or son. We don't
You're
know yet.
implying that we know
We don't know
there.
yet. We don't know. You see, the thing is, I always assumed Christian would be a girl, and then he turned out to be a boy. So I think I default on the probably wanting a girl. So I'm thinking it's a girl, if you know what I mean, just to mix it up a little bit. But in a way, I don't want a girl because
Even worse.
I feel sorry for women having to deal with men. You know what I mean?
I know.
And especially if she's good looking, she's gonna have hounds around the
Well, if
house,
she's
and
an
I'll be
O'Neill,
like,
she'd be beautiful.
well, yeah, she could be good looking. Yeah, I come from a good looking family. Obviously, I'm the odd
I have
one.
never met them.
I'm the odd one out, but
Christian, Rory wants to know, how did you take the news?
Um,
You might need to come over, sweetheart, and speak.
Christian will be here in a second.
Niall is a cool name. Just putting it out there.
Very good. Yeah, it is. Wouldn't work though. Neil O'Neill or Niall O'Neill
Neil O'Neill. No, our
Niall
second name
O'Neill.
is still O'Neill. Neil O'Neill.
Neil O'Neill. Niall O'Neill. Well, maybe. Well, it's
No.
up there with my favourite name.
No.
There's somebody in the world called Martin Marmajam. There is a person
still
called
going on about
Martin Marmajam. I saw it
He's
somewhere.
a teacher in the teachers' union.
Is that what it is? And his
Yeah.
name's Martin Marmajam.
Yeah, that's where we saw
What a great
it
name.
on the news last week when the teachers were saying they didn't want, not that they didn't want to go back to work, but they wanted to make sure it was safe going back to work.
What I was going to say was this is not the first one of these I've had anyway. So tea to go on black. Go on, Christian. What you talk there, buddy?
I was surprised, but like happy. That's basically it. I was kind of just confused.
That wasn't your first reaction. What was your first reaction?
I kind of guessed it though.
Well, I kind of gave it away, didn't I?
Yeah, but for some reason I didn't cop it.
Yeah.
You
Until
didn't
you were
want to.
acting all weird.
Yeah. Well, look, I think
Because I thought it was so out of the ordinary. I was like, no. I thought it was so unbelievable that you was have a baby. I didn't even think
no.
that's why we went in. And then,
It's going to be a great experience for you. Changing nappies.
yeah, I've already signed.
Lack of
an
sleep.
agreement with Mom, I'm not doing that.
He said he's not doing nappies. He doesn't mind doing other things. He's not doing nappies.
I'm not doing nappies. Well, look, he took it very well, in fairness to him, and I think once he got over the shock, he started to see it as a bit of a
He
positive.
got over the shock
benefit.
quicker than you did.
Well, the only thing is, there's such a huge age gap that there's no competition between them. I have a brother who's 11 years older than me, and I hardly know the guy. Do you know what I mean? So I have a slightly older brother and a slightly younger brother, and I know them better than my eldest brother. What's that?
Gary and Phil Neville from United in the 90s. Their dad's name was Neville. I actually know a woman who her name is Bernie.
Yeah. Neil likes your hoodie.
Thanks.
Yeah. Funny names, isn't it?
Thank you, Neil.
Funny names, yeah. But that one, Martin Marmajam. She's very tired. She's very tired, aren't you?
Very old now. I'm considered a geriatric
Geriatric
mother.
Geriatric, yeah.
This is a geriatric pregnancy.
What does that make me?
Dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I don't mind. I think it's gonna be good.
It's going to be epic.
I think the thing for me is that Christian is getting older now, that at some point he's gonna hit his teens and he'll start to find his own interests, and but I think in a way I'm gonna miss the kind of, and also I think when you have a baby, your first baby, I think you're in shock. You don't get to experience it for all the kind of head spinning that goes on. I think for me anyway, I think I was constantly in a state of panic, and I think
You were old anyway when he was born. To be having your
How
first
old-
kid.
how old-
Well, you were
30,
38 nearly.
what year was he born?
2009.
2009, yeah. So I'd have been 30. I would have been 38.
Yeah.
I turned 38 when he was born.
A couple of weeks later, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, I mean, there's people who would have grandchildren at that stage.
My cousin has a grandchild.
Yeah.
She's 38.
And to have your first, and because I'm not really a kid person, I kind of had no experience of changing that. I'd say I probably changed in my whole life 3 nappies or something like that. I don't know. I don't even
I
know.
don't think I'd ever changed a nappy. And I had a little nephew.
They're gross. They are gross. But the only thing is, at the time, all that stuff feels like it's going to go on forever. But it doesn't. And then it's over. And then there's a level of, I kind of, I didn't,
Embrace it.
Yeah, well, you're kind of waiting for it to be over, but there's that stage that goes with it as well, There's some very cute pictures and little videos of Christian when he was a little nipper and stuff like that as well. When I look at them, I kind of go, I don't really remember that. And he's adorable in them. Way nicer than he is now. Anyway, so that's it then. That's the news. That's the news. What's this? Christian Rory says you'll be a fab big brother.
Thank you.
Very good, yeah. He will, yeah.
No.
Well,
Neil said he'd be a fab big brother. Rory said he'd be a great big brother.
oh, very good.
I wonder which one I'll be.
Oh, I don't
Well,
know.
There's nothing like having a good big brother.
I wouldn't know. I don't have one.
Yeah. I have 2 older brothers.
I have 2 older sisters. That's it.
So let's leave that there. Okay. Hello. So what do you want to talk about then, Vay? Other than being pregnant?
The tiredness.
I'll go on then.
I'm only messing.
All right.
Boring.
You'll have to watch the Cali family videos and get ideas on camping.
Yes.
The Cali family. Is that the crowd that live in Italy? I think they sold their Cali, was it?
Oh, did they?
Is that the British family that live in Italy?
And they've the 3 kids.
Yeah, I think they sold their
Oh.
they got rid of their maybe they've got something else. Maybe they've replaced it. Because the California doesn't suit everyone, and I think if you have a ton of kids, it's just not practical.
But you remember the day we were in the Lake District and the family rocked up? We had gotten into our spot and the family rocked up and they were in a Cali, and I think there must have been 6 of them in it. They were in a conversion. I think they'd rented it or something, hadn't they?
No, I don't remember that.
Do you know?
No, you see, once I have the camera out, I'm just tuning out everything.
You didn't have the camera at that stage. We're in the Lake District.
Oh yeah, I seem to remember something about that. Yeah, the Lake District is beautiful.
There was loads of them in it.
Yeah.
Because I remember I think it was 3 kids and the mum and the dad. But I remember thinking to myself, where are they all going to sleep?
Well, they'd have tents and stuff like that.
They didn't.
Oh,
have
is that?
a tent.
Oh, yeah, that's and they had like the boxes and all that. Yeah. Well, they were pros. They knew exactly what they were doing. Yeah.
They even had proper footwear and camping clothes and everything on us. And
we were total amateurs.
We were in our regular clothes.
We pulled into our campsite and it was in the Lake District. It was in it's like a forest park. It was lovely, wasn't it? And where we went in to park, some guy was parking in our spot. And then we went over, and sure, wasn't he 3 sheets to the wind, wasn't he? He had a fire going, and he was drunk, and he was like, "Oh, I'm moving in the morning, and you can have your spot then." And we were like, that was our second place ever camping, wasn't it? And we were like, "What the hell is going on?" Or a second place camping away, I suppose, was it? And we were like, okay.
And we were after driving through, was it Birmingham, that road at Birmingham to try and. Did we go that?
I don't know, but we drove from Cornwall to the Lake District in the one go. And so I'm not sure the A something anyway, the main artery.
Huge
and then
traffic.
there was some kind of accident.
2 hours,
like that. We were stuck in some big tailbank. But there was some private. There's a paid motorway that we should have taken. It would have taken a lot. Apparently, but I don't know. So and that's the thing. What else anyone was saying? I've got 3 girls and twin boys, and the girls are the worst.
Who said that?
Yeah, Jake. Yeah, girls are the worst.
How do you mean by the worst?
Yes, buying a nugget camper. Oh, they are buying a nugget camper. Okay, a bus and beyond have a Wayne and a Cali. That's right. They had their baby. Saw that they had their baby there recently. Yeah, we saw they did some. What was it? They did some review of the new California, I think, is it?
Was it?
Yeah, and she had the baby strapped to the chest here as well. So fine big kid. I think he looked like he's a whopper. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, she had him early, didn't she?
I don't know.
I think she did. Yeah, I think I saw that on Instagram.
I don't know. I don't really watch a whole lot of kind of videos like that anymore. I used to watch a lot of them, but I don't anymore. I'm kind of
Well, because we're not out and about in it as well.
No, but I think I used to watch a lot of those videos to learn stuff. But now, really,
You're learned out.
Well, do you know who I like to watch? Foresty Forest. So he's kind of doing the stuff that I'd like to do. In that, what he does is
There's a name.
Well, that's not his real name.
Forest?
Huh?
Why wouldn't
His
Forest
name?
be
Well, it's not Foresty Forest.
Oh, obviously.
Well, maybe not. Like what's it?
Mark Marmajam?
Mark Marmajam and Neville. So but
Miles long.
He's miles long. Yeah, he does well, now you can say Mike. You know,
Bend over.
Yeah, yeah, and Phil McCrevice. Okay, okay.
Park it.
So okay, yeah. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, he's very good because he does the thing I'd like to do, that completely wild camping and off the grid, and then being supported by Patreon and
I love
the
his little
internet.
crock pot.
Yeah, he's just brilliant. He's brilliant. The other thing is though, you wonder, do they have a shelf life?
Of course they do.
Will people get fed up with them?
Yeah,
Or
because
I know.
the
Well,
same thing the whole time. People will get a bit bored.
well, but they seem to be they don't need a lot to live on. So if they were getting a couple of $100 a week, you know, to pay for repairs and tax and insurance and feeding themselves, they don't need a whole lot. And then they're living the dream.
I suppose you've no electricity bills and whatnot, so.
The only thing for me, though, is something like that, is that, now I could be wrong here in saying this, is that at some stage, he's going to have to settle down, because if he's not paying social insurance, he's going to have no pension when he retires. And unless he wants to live in a van for the rest of his life, maybe he does, but that would be my concern.
That he doesn't have a huge inheritance coming to him.
Well, he wouldn't be relying on money from YouTube and Patreon.
On his day-to-day.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Well, maybe. But what I'm saying is that, you know, is he going to do that forever? Is he going to settle down? Because, again, he's not contributing to his future. Maybe he is putting money away. Maybe he's earning a fortune. I don't know. Like the guy I like, what's his name? The Amber Project. Some of his videos now have over 100,000 views, and he seems to get a lot of views. So he could be, he's bought a bit of property in Portugal. So he's definitely making some money off the back of it, because he has a huge following. You know, so it's you can, but, you know, I don't know. You can't do it forever, I don't think. Anyway. A bus, yeah.
Oh, no.
M5 toll, maybe that's what it was. Good evening, folks. Good evening, Will. A woman who I used to work with had a son. True story. No, I don't believe you. When the young Michael reached his teenage years, he decided he wanted to be called. Yeah.
If anyone wants to know what we're laughing at, have a look at the
look at Neil's
comments.
comment. Yeah. It's like when you go in, you know, you go in and you say, I've lost my son. Have you seen my husband? What's his name? Hunt. What's his first name? Michael. And then they call it out. He goes by Mike. All right. Has anyone seen Mike Hunt? Yeah. There's loads of those ones as well. What's the one? I can't think of it.
We turn this into a comedy show.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Now you put it up, be careful reading that, yeah. So
we don't usually get to the comments so quick.
So no, we don't actually. So that's it then, yeah. Anything else you want to talk about, Faye?
No.
It's your podcast.
I know.
Does anyone follow Stuart Lee? Does anyone like that comedian? I think he's absolutely amazing. Is anyone a fan of Stuart Lee?
Is anyone a fan of Gavin and Stacey?
Oh.
I loved them.
Now, this could split the room here now. Let's see where they go with this one. Can you give my mate Ben, though? That's a good one. Bend over. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. There's another guy, Phil McCrevis. Scottish guy. Yeah. What do you call an Irish electrician? What's his name? Sean Delir. Boom, boom. Okay. So, does anyone watch him? Does anyone follow or does anyone like Stuart Lee? He's brilliant. I recommend that you look up Stuart Lee. He is absolutely brilliant on YouTube. Well, he's around a long time. He used to do this.
I'm going to give it to you straight. Like a person.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you want to talk about then, V? What do you want to talk about? Will I look into my big list of...
Look into the list.
Do you have any of that new cider ass...
Gavin
Neil.
and Stacey is awesome. Yeah, it is.
Jake, I'm blocking you.
I love it.
I'm blocking you, Jake. I'm going to block you now.
It's just one of those things that you just watch and you just laugh and you see something or hear something different in it every time, and it's so funny. I love it.
It is very good. It is. It's well
very
written,
clever,
well made. They're great actors. It's totally enjoyable, and it is good. But seriously, you have watched this. Like every time I start up, say something to watch, 3 things pop up. It's either you've been watching The Kardashians, Friends, or Gavin and Stacey. So if Vanessa was on a trip to Saturn and it was going to take 3 years, basically she could bring the box sets of those programs and that would do her. And I literally mean she would not get bored. She wouldn't be, I spent 6 years in deep space watching Gavin and Stacey. Gavin and Stacey. And so what we're going to do is actually, when we're going to go to the UK again, whenever we get out of lockdown, we're going to go back. We actually were in Barry Island, and or Barry's Island, as Joanne calls it. And we did go. We went to the beach and we went to the chip shop and everything like that. But we were on our way to Cornwall and we didn't really know So the next time we go, we're going to get the ferry over and then spend a bit of time looking around Barry Island and probably wild camp and stay there for the night and then probably go for a beer. It's a lovely little spot.
Go on a trip with Dave's coaches.
It's a lovely, Dave's coach. Yeah, it's a lovely little spot. What's going on?
What's occurring?
Favorite comedy is still Game on Netflix now.
Why do you hate James Corden?
Who says that?
Neil.
Where? Well, he's done very well for himself though. I think he's okay. I don't know. Dick Insider is good.
Come Insider.
Huh?
Come Insider.
Stop. Okay, I can see what kind of crowd we have in here tonight. How are we doing for time? Okay, so do you want to pick a number? These are all mad random topics now.
What's the numbers?
It goes up to 29.
Okay.
Here, I'll do 29, will I?
No.
Oh.
I'll pick number 28, please.
28. All right, okay. It's not too topical. So I've been watching a lot of news at the moment, right? Especially American news because of Trump.
Not too topical, Jay.
No. It's not about him, which in itself is fascinating. When you see with Trump, and what's going on with that, and what's going to go on with anyway. But putting that to one side, so I've been watching a lot of news at the moment, and so like say British news, not so much Irish. I've been watching Irish news, but I don't notice this phenomenon so much. But certainly in America and in Britain, the newscasters, if there's one man and one woman, the man is usually some old dude, and the woman is more often than not a very young woman, a young, good-looking woman as well, right? So now you'll get older women on the news, but they're usually sort of some sort of independent reporter, if they're their own thing going. But I just think so it's such a cliche. But what does that say about when you see this? We can't watch the news without the news being delivered by some, not all the time, but some older guy. And I've nothing against older guys. It's just the formula is so blatant. But then what happens is you'll have a panel. So you'll have a panel, and what you'll have is like, say, 4 or 5 or 6 people on it. And what it'll be is like 3 old dudes and 3 real young women. There's no older women. And there's very few older women, and there's very few younger men, or the younger men are out in the field or something like that as well. I just think it's so blatantly obvious when you watch it. You think, what is that about? What's going on? What do you think?
I mean, society has us led to believe that women have to be young and beautiful all the time, and that's why so many of them are getting this crap injected into their face.
No, but you're going off topic now. So, like, what is the story?
Because
why can we only watch the news? Can we only watch the news if it's delivered by older men? And not only are they young, but they're all very attractive. You know, there's no older ugly women, and there's no young ugly women.
Well, I wouldn't say ugly.
They're all good
unattractive.
Looking. Huh?
Unattractive, not.
Well, unattractive. When you're talking about physicality, is ugly. It's ugliness will be the definition of it. You can't say somebody's a good-looking ugly person. Well, thank you. I don't mind. It's a compliment on some level. I'll take it. But what do you think, though? I think it's if you watch it now. So the way our news channels are grouped together is if you go up to channel 200 on our box, up to about 208 or 9, all the news channels are kind of grouped together. So I'd be flicking through them trying to see for something interesting, and I'm kind of going, young good looking woman, older guy, young good looking woman, older guy, young good looking woman, older guy. And now sometimes it's not always
Euronews isn't like that.
It's not always that way. No, but again, it's sort of like, can we not? And I'm sitting there watching all these young, pretty 30-something-year-old. Now they're smart. I'm not taking anything from them. They are all, you can see they're well educated. They know what they're doing. They're clever women. You know, they deliver the news well. But there doesn't seem to be an equivalent. And then it's like, okay, back to the news. And then it's this older guy. And again, he's earned the stripes.
Do you know what I think you should do?
What?
Stop watching the news.
No, but like it's just...
No, the stations are given into societal wants. And that's what it is. It doesn't bother me who reads the news to me once it's factual.
Good evening, Donaber. And Jake saying that's why women feel so much pressure to look good. True. What are you saying?
the stations,
Yeah.
the heads of them are given into societal wants and needs. And
No.
that's what it is.
No, but like it's you see, they do that because they recognized that it gets ratings. That's the formula.
Yeah, and why does it get ratings?
Because men want to be looking at young,
Well, there you
good-looking
go.
women,
Well, then there you go.
and they
It's
want,
back
and
to
then
men,
these
what
older
men
dudes.
want.
No, but like then women watch the news as well.
Yeah, well, obviously it's predominantly men then if they're
Is it predominantly men? Is it not?
steering towards what men want.
Yeah, but maybe I'm overthinking it. But I can't seem to see past now when I'm watching it and kind of going yet again. And
You're clearly not watching the Irish news.
and
It's not
and,
like
and,
that.
and what it is as well, there's a very narrow, they're all, you know, although they cross the spectrum race wise, right, they're all in that same narrow band of a certain age.
I don't know if
They have
you're...
a certain look about them. Their hair is the same way, they're all dressed as, you know, it's, and I notice it, I know mainly
don't
in
know if
America,
you're-
mainly
yeah,
in America,
I would say
but certainly
America,
on the
but
BBC.
if you watch... No, to be fair to
No?
the Beeb, no, I don't agree with you. If you watch our channels over here, like Virgin or RTE, it's like the woman that reads the RTE news out must be hitting 60.
No, I said at the start, you don't see it so much in Ireland.
Okay. No, but the BBC, they always have the two that we would watch in the morning. Do you know what I mean? Neither of them are younger than the other.
Yeah, but I know, right? And so that's what I'm saying. There's levels of it. So in Ireland, it doesn't really happen. It seems to be there's no real pattern, I don't think, with regards to male, female, age, or anything like that. But that's Ireland, right? And I think that's just there's one main news channel. They're drawn from a small pool of newscasters. Obviously, in America, it's far more competitive. CNN and Fox and all that kind of stuff. But again, when you're watching it, you see there's definitely, again, go on and watch CNN and watch Fox and all these kind of things, and you'll see, especially when they do, there's the main newscaster, and then they have a panel of people, and you'll see when you look at the panel, you'll see the men are typically older, and then the women are all typically young, and you kind of think, what happens to the women once they must realize they have a shelf life, and then they get, where do they go?
To go off and have
And
babies.
where are all the young male reporters? Like, did they come in at a certain stage or what? Like, you know. Now Dan Rather, right? He's very good. He started off young and he had a whole life on it. And then what's your man's name? I watch him. Wolf Blitzer. Wolf, not Blitzer. Is it Wolf? Is it Wolf Blitzer? I think it is. I watch him as well. Now he's quite an elderly gentleman at this stage as well. And I'm assuming he's around a long time too.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Watch it now. We'll watch it tonight, right?
What are you smoking when you watch the news? Bring Anne Doyle back.
Yeah, good old Doyle.
Is she the lady with the fringe and the bob? Is she?
Lady with the fringe and the bob. Yeah. Oh, very good. Very good.
What are you like?
Very good. What's the reception like with that?
What reception?
What kind of radio reception do you get with that? What kind of- So, yeah, okay. So, no,
No,
No?
not by no. I think you're off your head. You're watching the American news. What do you expect?
Right, let me just tick this one. I have to tick them so I don't redo them. Pick a number.
What do you want to do?
Some controversial ones in here now, I'll tell you.
15.
Could have done that one. All right, okay. So,
Controversial.
is this Christine, your daughter? Yeah, she's very pretty, isn't she? So, I have a point in here. Have I missed much? No, Neil. No, you haven't. And it was actually Neil that commented on the sound. And my apologies.
me a
My
favour?
apologies to you, Neil. I know last week
water, please.
the sound was very kind of glitchy for the first 10 minutes. We had a new mic and I had to try and figure it out. I should have really cut out at the start of this, but I did. So
Yeah.
I wanted to apologize to you in person. So thanks very much. Okay, 15. I have here people, meaning adults, right, are bored. Now, I don't know when I wrote these things down, right? But I
Will I
think
pick another number?
no. So my view is my view is on this is that I think, be careful now, careful. I think my view. I tell you what it is, right? As I get older, right? As I get older, I find not it's not that I'm bored, but I suppose it's, you see, I'm assuming once your kids leave the nest, which obviously never going I'll be dead. I'll be dead before that happens, right? But I think so. A few times over Christmas and before Christmas, especially when I've been feeling well and all that kind of stuff. On some, not that I felt bored, but I'm thinking, is this what's happening to people as they get older? As people get older, is there just a level of tedium that comes into their life? I mean, the TV, the vast majority of it is rubbish. People are watching football or something like that as well.
You
Or
mustn't have been bored in 12 years, were you not?
with him. Well, no, but once he's gone. But
No,
I think
you don't get the joke.
But I think what do you mean?
The last time you were bored.
Oh, we weren't bored. We were drunk. And it was Christmas. So, I just think that people are bored.
Neil's off.
People are bored. I'm off, guys. We can smell you from here. Catch you next time. Take care.
Take care, Neil.
See you, buddy. Take it
See
easy.
you next week, please, God.
So do you know what I mean? Like when you meet people, are they kind of distracting themselves with stuff because they're basically on some level? Because let's face it, relatively, life is easy at the moment, right? It is relatively easy. And are people on some level bored? What do you think? Do you know what I mean? Are they just bored with the tedium of living?
Probably.
So what do you think then?
But they probably don't think they're bored.
Don't be pulling faces.
I'm not putting faces. I'm trying to eat the thing on the camera.
Go on, what we say?
They probably don't think they're bored.
But do they not know on some level that they probably are bored? Like, is life on some level when you get to a point, if you're not, once you get out of your 20s and 30s and you settle into something, is life not just, are you not just waiting to die? Is it not just boring?
Well,
And the same and very tedious.
only if you're
and
not
stuff?
fulfilled. But if you're fulfilled and you're living every day the way you want to live every day, no. So maybe you're not fulfilled. And that's what's wrong with you.
No, I'm not. Well, this is the question, because the thing I'm saying that is that, I remember when I was a young man, and I remember going to work, and so I was in college for a long time, right? Okay, and it was very variable, right? So no 2 days were the same. College classes were all over the place, and then you changed your classes, and you had your exams, and you're out all the nights, and you're doing all sorts of mad stuff and everything. Right? So I had years and years and years of that, and then you started to work. But the thing I started to notice was, I remember going to work one day, and it started to dawn on me about how similar the days are. How similar the days are one to the next. So my routine in the morning, right? Say outside COVID, the alarm goes off at 6:30. I get up, I have a shower, then I go downstairs, like clockwork, downstairs, get my cereal, get us a coffee, bring it back up. I'm out on the road, I'm gone all day, and I come back. It's very the same. Then the weekends are the same. And then on some level, you're kind of going, it just sort of goes on into the distance, that on some level you're kind of going, if you think about it, subliminally, on some level, are we not all a bit bored? So when you see people, the things people that they do, like those guys protesting in America and stuff like that as well, is it not just a big distraction from the ultimate fact that we're just all a bit bored? Do you know what I mean? Is life not just a bit boring? And the challenge has kind of gone out of it. Do you not think so? This is a podcast. You're supposed to debate these things with me.
Well, no, not necessarily. No, look, the people over in America are fighting because they feel that that's their civil liberty as well, but they also feel that it's they're fighting for their rights, because they don't want Biden to become the next president, and they were encouraged to go out and storm the Capitol. Do you know what I mean? And that's why they're doing that, because they have such strong beliefs that they feel that they're right in what they're saying and what they're doing. Whether you agree or you disagree with them, they believe that what they're doing is the right thing to do. I would say if you're coming home and you're bored and you're kind of comfort eating, or you're an emotional wreck, or you're I don't know, you're unhappy fundamentally, well then that's another story altogether. Then you need to change something in your life. But a lot of people are very happy to go to work, to jobs that they probably like every day, and come home then and have their dinner and sit down in front of the TV, or go off and do a run or something like that. And they don't mind that it's the same thing, you know?
Yeah, but is that sort
Are
of
you
is
projecting
that
onto
no
them?
no? I'm kind of, because if anything, I don't feel, ironically, I don't feel bored, right? And I like my life, and on some level, the routine is okay. But I think, you see, what I'm saying, what the point I'm saying to you is that those guys that stormed the Capitol and all that kind of stuff, and watch, like, people watching YouTube and making videos and doing all this kind of stuff and everything, are they just not their interests? But are they just not sort of distractions from the ultimate fact of the tedium of day to day existence in the Western society?
But you don't know that they're not head of balls the whole time.
No, I
You're
know.
making that
Well,
assumption.
I was watching. They were being interviewed. So what they did was, it's sort of, what's the name of the guy who took over from your man, Stewart, John Stewart? What's the name of the chap? He's from South Africa. He took over. Anyway, so what they did was, they went out and they had a cameraman, and he was interviewing people as they were storming the Capitol. And he was asking them, because he's obviously well informed, and he was asking them these kind of intelligent questions. And then they had a group of people, and they interviewed them about following Trump and stuff like that. And you can see, when they word their questions in a certain way, you can see the level of ignorance in these people. The way they answered them, you can see. So what they did was, they were saying, in this situation, would you do this? And they were saying, would you ban all Muslims from coming into America? And they go, yeah. And they're saying, would you ban all Jews coming in from America? And they're like, no. But you got one guy going, yeah, I would. So, like, now I know, like, it takes all sorts, but I think, on some level, I think for those people, is they go to the extreme on some
But did
level,
they not
because it
ask
makes
them
them feel,
why they'd ban them?
well, yeah, because they're racist bigots, like, and but I think that, ultimately, they're not that intelligent. That's it. See, the thing about it is, they haven't thought their argument through. What they're doing is, they're buying into the news media and all that kind of stuff, right? And they're listening to people like Trump and everything like that, but they're not applying critical thinking and thinking about, what am I saying here? I watched this very interesting video. It was done in, I think it was in Jerusalem, and they were interviewing these kind of 20 and 30-year-old somethings, right? And they were asking them about, say, the Arabs, and the way they treat the Arabs. And you could see these young Jewish guys are going, yeah, they should be killed. That's what they're saying. They should be killed, and this, that, and the other. But then they're saying, well, but what about the Holocaust? What about Nazi Germany? And so you can see that this generation, then, like, the argument is lost in them, because they live in this kind of, they're the soundbite generation. They live in this very narrow thing, and you're kind of going, do you know, if you went back to Nazi Germany, you'd be in the back of a train heading off to Auschwitz, like, and you're talking the same way about Arabs, because
I don't
they're
know why
Arabs.
people can't just get on.
Huh?
I don't know why people can't just get on.
I know, but the point I'm saying is that, you see, fundamentally, I think that people go to these extremes because the alternative is boredom.
Or
That's my view.
conforming.
Call it what you like. Conforming, the humdrum existence of day-to-day living. But are they just what I notice, there's intelligent, smart people out there, right, who think things through, and they usually end up being manipulators. That's what I find, right? You have intelligent people who probably go into politics and so on, and they manipulate the masses. And then you have basically the proletariat, which is us, the masses. But we don't think things through, and then we get in, we get caught up in this kind of soundbite thing, and that's the whole thing. And my point I'm saying is that is there a level of boredom there? That we go in and sit down. I find it myself when I sit down and watch hours and hours and hours of YouTube. I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing
I
here?
don't know what you find to watch on it.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking for something.
Read a book.
I'm looking for something. But even then, reading a book is reading a book. Okay, there's nothing wrong with educating yourself, but on some level, is it not all a bit of a distraction? Because basically, one day you'll wake up and you'll be 80, and you'll be
No. Like, the
No?
book I'm reading at the moment is all about self-help and finding your true self. So you could be doing this podcast on your own next week if I find my true self in there.
Yeah, but you see, there's now maybe I'm being influenced myself, but I think these self-help stuff is a bit of a jip.
No, I don't think so. I think if they can slow your mind down, that you actually think about your reaction to things, they help people. Because the world's biggest problem is we're all so reactive. And that's the biggest problem. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone is willing to jump on the bandwagon. Everyone is willing to react. And that's the world's biggest problem.
Well, that is terrible. That is terrible. I'm just going to jump in and read the comments right now. So, I'm having a midlife crisis. Pick another number. Very funny. So, you'll have no time for boredom over the next few years. That's true. That's true. And that in itself, because I often used to wonder why people had so many kids. And I think apart from loving them, obviously, and so on, right?
And there being no
But
TV
is
or
there
YouTube.
But is there some level? Is there some level of? I'll get to it. Remind me of the guy who retired, right? Remind me of that, and I'll tell you about it, right? Xbox Modern Warfare. Thank you. Made my point. So, going back a little, I think Andile was secretly filled.
Filthy. David Stafford.
That is shocking. That is shocking, but probably true. Loved her. Do you think there's a place in philosophy to be taught in school? Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
Now, the only thing is, they actually do. Christian, what's the name of that book? The mindfulness book that you
Weaving well-being.
Yeah, so they in Christian school they teach a book, Weaving Well-being, and it's all about mindfulness and everything, and it's actually really, really good. I have to say, I was very, very surprised because I read through it, and it is actually very good. So the primary schools now have taken it on board, and they definitely are working on it. There's a lot more work they can do on it. I'm not sure it's something that the secondary schools have embraced just yet, but it's definitely something when I become a coach that I'm actually going to look at doing.
Right. We're almost out of time.
Yep.
So, the last thing I'll say was, I remember I was at a retirement party, and there was a guy, he was a lab technician when I was in Cork in college.
A lab technician?
A laboratory technician.
Oh.
And I remember he was retiring. And I've told this story several times, but I remember he was
You
retiring.
must be bored of listening.
And
to
I was
that.
thinking, oh my God, it must be fantastic to be retiring and to be getting, because obviously I hadn't started working at that stage. So you have that whole, your working life ahead of you. And let's face it, working life, you know, even Elon Musk has his bad days. But I remember then he was retiring and he started crying. And I was like, what? And I was thinking, I didn't get it. I didn't understand the bond he had with the place and so on. But then someone said to me afterwards, they said, yeah, but for some people, work is their life. And he's facing in. So apparently his wife had passed away and all his kids lived in Australia and everything like that. But he saw it as sort of the end and he was crying and I just couldn't get over
Well,
it.
he was probably looking, going, I'm not going to have any social interactions or anything with people anymore.
Yeah. Like it's like a form of death for him. And I was like, whoa. So people are complicated. There's a lot going on there. A lot going on. There's a great movie on, was
People
it Netflix?
invest a huge amount into their working lives.
As a distraction.
Yeah.
As a distraction.
Because I have to be honest, the people that I know that kind of are married to their jobs will say, yeah, complete distraction.
So there's a great movie on, was it Netflix? Rialto. Rialto is a place. Rialto. Well, it looks Rialto, right? So Rialto, there's a place in Dublin called Rialto. And what's his name in it? Your man Vaughan. What's his name?
Tom Von Nige.
Yeah, Tom Vaughan. Absolutely amazing movie on Netflix about a guy
Having a crisis, will you say?
talk about like
Yeah.
a lot of
But you don't want to give
but
the plot
he
away.
is a great actor and it's a great movie. Just absolutely just because how quickly you can just go downhill, and the fact that it's based in Dublin and he's Irish and they're good actors, but he is just an amazing actor.
he's fantastic.
Completely, he's just such a good actor. I don't know why he doesn't do more stuff.
He does a lot of theatre.
Does he? Yeah, brilliant guy. He was Nige in
Love hate.
Love Hate is a story set in Dublin about gangsters and drugs and all like that, and it is what
And
the
if you
first
can
series is the
find
best.
it, and if you can find it and watch it because it was
It
on
is
for a
very
good
good.
few years,
It
wasn't
it is very good. Yeah, yeah. Love Hate, absolutely excellent. But
Brilliant.
I watched the first series and I thought the first series was mind blowing. But after that, I lost interest because your man, the guy that I like, he played Littlefinger in
Oh
in,
yeah,
Game
yeah.
of Thrones.
He went out of it.
Yeah, and I love him. I think.
Yeah,
he's
but that was the whole thing. That was the whole build up then of Nidge taking over, because that was
Yeah.
the plan the whole time.
yeah,
And then he became the star that he became. Then
yeah. Great actor, but good movie anyway. So if you're bored this weekend, if you're bored this weekend,
and I don't know where to be looking. I was looking into there earlier. I thought, no, that's the mic.
I know. I was looking in here. I'm looking in here. So that's it, guys.
So we're gonna go.
Work to live, not live to work. Congratulations, guys, and take care and stay COVID free. We're doing our best. Thank you very much, Ginger.
You too, Ginger.
So everyone is what to call on tonight now.
Gogglebox.
Gogglebox is over, so we'll go in and finish off. I'm watching that Witches
probably go back to
Discovery. I
bed.
quite like that. So yeah. So see you next week, hopefully, and we don't see you.
Through the week.
See you through the window. We're together too long.
But that's my saying.
You can move out when you get the nipper.
And you can move out when you get the snip.
Right, I'm gonna hit. Where do I hit end? Stop.